Вот эта фотография, дедушка до войны сфотографирован.
Here's the picture. It's my grandfather before the war and my grandmother after the war. She is already a widow here. My grandma didn't have any other pictures, so had to combine these two. This is our only memory.
Next to the photo is the notification of the death of Yevtykhiy Marchuk. His granddaughter is seeing it for the first time. For 73 years, his family didn't know where and when he was killed. The document was discovered by employees of the Kyiv Museum of Ukraine's History in World War II when they were preparing for an exhibit on the righteous among nations, non-Jews who risked their lives to help save Jews during the Holocaust.
Говорили, что погиб в военкомате, но не дали.
In the recruitment office, they just said that he died and didn't say where exactly. Grandma understood that he was dead, but she never stopped hoping otherwise.
Yevtykhiy's wife Anna died in 2006, so his grandchildren and great-grandchildren will be the ones visiting his grave. The soldier was mortally wounded near Budapest. Before going to the front line, he and his wife helped 18 Jews escape death by hiding them from the Nazis. At first in the attic of their house. Later, they dug out a shelter in the forest 8 kilometers away from their home.
Бункер ходили по ночам, постоянно ходили.
They took turns and brought food to those hiding in the bunker. They also brought the medicine for typhus. Grandma took care of them and got infected herself. It was so risky.
Since the beginning of the year, as part of the project Portraits UA, the museum has collected around 40 stories about people who risked everything to save dozens of others. Their names and photos are featured in the new exhibition, The Righteous Path of Ukrainians.
They all called her mother. They didn't have parents left.
At the beginning of World War II, Alexandra Shuleshko organized a shelter for children. 25 of the 100 orphans were Jewish. Alexandra's daughter Larissa says that her mother took care of them like her own until the end of the war. Then the Soviet authorities sent the children to different orphanages afterwards.
In order to divert attention away from them being Jewish, she demonstratively took them all to church through the center of Cherkasy, to the Troitsky monastery, and baptized them all.
Yad Vashem, the World Holocaust Remembrance Center, has awarded 2,619 Ukrainians with the title Righteous Among the Nations. Their names are listed on the Wall of Honor in Jerusalem. To tell their stories, the Museum of Ukraine's History in World War II is holding a so-called Museum Marathon with lectures and discussions.
It takes a really big soul to do what she did. Not everyone is capable of doing that. Today we call on all the researchers and historians, just people who are not indifferent and know the stories of rescue, to write those memories down and pass them to us, so we can tell the whole world how Ukrainians risked their lives to save Jewish people who were practically doomed.
Ukraine is in 4th place by numbers of awards of Righteous Among Nations. According to different data, around 6 million Jews were killed in Europe during the Holocaust. 1.5 million were killed in Ukraine.